My name's Chad Rosser, and this is part of my story.
My name's Milo Ross, and I go to Elm Street Elementary, and I'm in the fourth grade.
So growing up, I didn't get a chance to go to church too much. I went on the major holidays, Christmas and Easter. I didn't experience Jesus growing up. I didn't have the real induction into the Christian faith. It wasn't until my late 20s that I started to go to church regularly and started getting to know God.
I've done mission work at Bridge in the Gap and Feed the Homeless, and that's really connected me more to Jesus too.
So in my late 20s, I started going to church, and I ended up meeting my wife through some church friends. And from there, we started dating and got married soon thereafter.
I decided to ask Jesus into my heart about a year ago when I was praying by myself in my bed.
In my early 30s, Catherine and I got married, and throughout our relationship, we've always made God number one in our relationship. And so we continued to go to church, went to several churches. We relocated up to Michigan for a few years, and then came back down to Georgia and moved to Noonan and started to try to find a church home. We visited several churches, spent some time in one church up the street for a while, and then finally came to Noonan City, where we've brought our family and grown our family, and we've been here for 2 years. So after a year, Catherine and I decided to lead a small group. We really enjoyed that. Ever since then, my faith has really grown. I feel like I've gotten to know Jesus.
My soul felt very happy, after I accepted Jesus into my heart.
We're taking our next steps into to joining the church, and as part of that process, Randy had to come to our house, and we had to we were telling our stories, and during that process, I think we had before that Jimmy had actually asked the question while we were in the actually Randy had asked the question while we were in the introductory class, and who hadn't been baptized, and everybody in the room raised their hand besides me, and I was like, well, okay, that's true. I hadn't done it. I've been thinking about it for a number of years, but then as far as part of that process of joining the church, Randy came to our house and he listened to our story, and as we were having the conversation, Randy had brought it up, or I had brought it up again, about hey, I need to get baptized, and Jimmy, of course, mentioned it to me too after he found out that I hadn't been, and it really started to weigh on my heart, and I was as I was talking to Randy, I was like, Randy, Miller, I wonder if Miller would want to get baptized too. And then at the same time, my wife Catherine had started. She kind of looked at me, and she said, I've been praying about that for a while now, and it was just funny. It took Randy saying that to bring that up, that wouldn't it be cool if Miller, my son, and I got baptized at the same time. So that's kind of the reason, I've decided to do this today.
Some of the things I love about church are that I get to learn more about Jesus and invite friends to church.
One of the things that it has really brought me to this point is the time that I've spent at Noonan City. The past 2 years have really increased my faith in Jesus, bettered my relationship with him, helped me understand it, put me in situations that otherwise I wouldn't have been in, that basically helped me to learn and know God better. I think that's the big thing, right? And Catherine and I both lead a small group, or I'm sorry, we lead a small group together. And I mean, I get so much out of that. I was very uncomfortable about it when we first started doing it, but and I was questioning whether we should do it because my knowledge base is not as great as a lot of people that we go to church with, because they've been in the church all their lives, and I still feel like I'm still learning, but I get so much out of it, and it has really helped me develop as a Christian and to just love God and trust God. My name's Chad Rosser, and I'm getting baptized tonight.
My name is Miller Rosser, and I'm getting baptized tonight.